little fox.
The Story of Dr. Dolittle. Chapter 10. The Bridge of Monkeys.
Nobody moved a muscle. Even Gub Gub stopped crying. Two large bodies walked out of the trees. Suddenly, Chi Chi let out a scream. Chi Chi was speaking very fast.
What's he saying, Polynesia?
Dr. Dolittle asked. It's the language of the monkeys. I don't understand it. Polynesia shook her head. Chi Chi walked back with two big monkeys.
Do not be afraid,
One of them said.
We've come for Dr. Dolittle.
The other said.
It's an honor to meet you. I'm honored as well.
The doctor also beat his chest. Suddenly, the trees began moving again. This time, a whole army of monkeys walked out.
Oh, there are so many!
Cried Gub Gub. Together, the monkeys started to beat their chests.
The land of the monkeys welcomes you, Dr. Dolittle.
Chi Chi explained. Meanwhile, the king's guards heard the monkeys.
This time they will not escape.
The leader of the guards smiled. No one saw the guards coming toward them,
We're almost there,
said a very large monkey.
Why is it so far?
Whined Gub Gub.
Do not worry, my pink friend. I will carry you.
The large monkey said. At that moment, the king's guards ran out from behind.
We got you now, prisoner.
Shouted the leader.
It's Jolliginki's guards.
Yelled a monkey.
Quickly, to the river.
Cried out another. But all the humans heard was this.
Ooga boonga, googa goo.
Yuck, hunga.
Dr. Dolittle was not as fast as the animals.
Dr. Dolittle.
Barked Jip.
Aha! You're mine now, medicine man.
The leader laughed. Like a bolt of lightning, Jip jumped over and stood in front of Dr. Dolittle. Jip would not let anyone harm his beloved master. The king's guard lifted his spear and pointed it at Jip. Dr. Dolittle shouted for his dog to get away. Suddenly, from the sky, a coconut fell on top of the leader's head, and then he collapsed on the ground. The land of the monkeys was just across the river.
We need to cross this river.
Chi Chi pointed. But how? Dab Dab spoke up.
Oh, they're getting close. I can hear them.
Gub Gub cried. The guards' voices echoed from the trees.
There is only one way,
said the monkey carrying Gub Gub.
Come on, boys, let's make a bridge. Bridge? How are they going to make a bridge?
Wondered Dr. Dolittle. He stared in surprise. One by one, the monkeys linked their arms and legs together. They made a bridge of monkeys.
What?
Dr. Dolittle rubbed his eyes.
Quickly, Dr. Dolittle, walk over, hurry!
Shouted a monkey. Dr. Dolittle crossed to the other side. The others followed quickly after him. Gub Gub was the last one to cross. He cried, but he carefully made it across. One by one, the monkeys unlinked their arms and legs. The bridge of monkeys was no more.
You are the only man ever to see the bridge of monkeys, Doctor,
said Chi Chi. Dr. Dolittle felt very proud.
The Story of Dr. Dolittle. Chapter 11. The Leader of the Lions.
The land of the monkeys was very quiet. Dr. Dolittle could sense the sickness in the air. All around him were hundreds, no, thousands of sick monkeys. Many had already died. First, Dr. Dolittle separated the sick and the healthy. Dr. Dolittle's animals helped him.
Chi-Chi, build me a hut.
He said.
Jip, Tutu, find the other monkeys in the land. Bring them here.
He ordered.
Gub Gub, Dab Dab, help Polynesia find some herbs.
Then Dr. Dolittle gave shots to the healthy monkeys so they wouldn't get sick. Meanwhile, the sick ones needed to be cared for, but there were just too many.
Doctor, we cannot do this by ourselves.
Chi-Chi said tiredly. We need help, admitted Polynesia. Dr. Dolittle thought for a moment.
Let's send out a message to the other animals in the jungle,
he said.
A few days later, the leaders of the lions, leopards, and antelope paid a visit to the doctor.
The monkeys need your help.
Dr. Dolittle explained.
My help? Ha! I am the king of beasts.
The proud lion roared.
Monkeys are dirty and smelly. I wouldn't even eat them.
With that, the lion turned up his nose and walked away. The leader of leopards looked at the doctor.
If the Lion King doesn't help, then I won't help.
He too turned and walked away.
We feel bad for the monkeys, but we don't know how to help. I'm sorry.
Even the antelope turned away. At home, the lioness was waiting for her husband. One of the cubs is sick, she cried. I heard there is an animal doctor here. His wife continued.
Yes, I met him.
The lion answered proudly. Then the lion told his wife what he had said to the doctor. The lioness was very angry. Are you out of your mind? She shouted. He is here to help the animal world. The proud lion suddenly turned red. We need him to help our baby, his wife roared. The lioness began pulling her husband's hair.
Ouch! Ouch!
He cried. Go back and tell him you're sorry, she shouted. The lion did not want to lose all his hair, and he did not want his baby to be sick, and he did not want his wife to be angry with him. He knew he must help the monkeys.
Look, Dr. Dolittle!
Jip suddenly barked. It was the proud leader of the lions. He brought hundreds of other animals with him.
Dr. Dolittle, do you still need my help?
The lion asked.
Yes, we really do.
Dr. Dolittle nodded.
I am king of the jungle.
The lion said proudly.
I know.
The doctor replied kindly.
So I commanded the animals to come and help.
The lion continued.
Thank you very much,
replied the doctor. Every day, more and more jungle animals came to help. With their help, the monkeys got better quickly. Dr. Dolittle's work was almost done. Dr. Dolittle made a special visit to the lion's den.
Is my baby okay?
Asked the worried lion.
He just needs this and he'll be fine. Thank you, Dr. Dolittle.
The leader of the lions bowed his head.
No, thank you. Without your help, the monkeys would have all died,
said the doctor.
The Story of Dr. Dolittle. Chapter 12. The Rarest Animal of All.
Dr. Dolittle was very tired. He slept and slept for many days. Chi-Chi made sure nobody bothered the doctor. A few days later, the monkeys held a celebration for the doctor.
My friends, brothers, and sisters, tonight we honor Dr. Dolittle,
the chief monkey said. All the monkeys stood up and beat their chests.
This land is now yours.
The chief spread his arms.
Thank you, but I'm afraid I can't stay,
Dr. Dolittle said, embarrassed. The monkeys stared at the doctor.
Pardon me?
The chief asked.
We must return to Puddleby,
he announced. The next day, the monkeys held a meeting.
Why does the doctor have to leave?
The chief asked.
Dr. Doolittle owes money in Puddleby.
Explained Chi-Chi.
What is money?
The chief asked. Chi-Chi explained about money.
Then how can we help him?
The chief said.
Give him a rare animal they don't have in zoos.
Chi-Chi answered.
Zoos? What are zoos?
The monkeys asked together.
Zoos are where humans keep animals in cages.
Chi-Chi said sadly.
Why, that's cruel,
Whispered the chief.
Humans pay money to see animals in cages.
Chi-Chi continued. The monkeys were glad they lived freely in the jungle.
Don't worry. Dr. Doolittle will take very good care of the animal,
said Chi-Chi.
The monkeys decided to give Dr. Doolittle a push-me-pull-you. The push-me-pull-you is the rarest animal in the world. It is almost impossible to catch them. But the monkeys knew how and set out to find one. After a while, they returned with a strange-looking animal. The push-me-pull-you had a head at each end and no tail. On each head were sharp horns.
Let me go!
The push-me-pull-you began to cry. The push-me-pull-you was very shy and scared.
Are you sure you cannot stay with us, Dr. Doolittle?
The chief asked again.
I wish I could, but I must go home.
The doctor said kindly.
Then we want to give you a gift.
The chief said.
What in the world?
Dr. Doolittle gazed at the strange creature.
May I present the rarest animal in the world, the push-me-pull-you.
Dr. Doolittle could not take his eyes off the push-me-pull-you.
Stop staring at me!
The creature began crying again.
Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
Dr. Doolittle apologized.
Which head do I talk to?
I listen,
said the first head.
and I speak,
said the second. Dr. Doolittle looked at the creature.
I'll take him only if he wants to come.
The kind doctor explained.
If I don't like it in your world, will you send me back?
Asked the push-me-pull-you.
I promise.
Dr. Doolittle replied. The push-me-pull-you agreed to go to Puddleby.
This animal will make you lots of money.
Chi-Chi said happily.
Money? Well, I don't want money.
Dr. Doolittle replied.
We need money. You must buy a boat for that sailor. And what about food?
Cried Dab-Dab.
Money.
Sighed Dr. Doolittle.
What a headache.
It was time to say goodbye to the monkeys.
We will never forget you, Dr. Doolittle.
The chief monkey said. One by one, the monkeys came up to Dr. Doolittle.
3 cheers for Dr. Doolittle!
Shouted the chief. With that, Dr. Doolittle left the land of the monkeys.
Little Fox.